from Florida is here. Hello. Welcome, Thunder. Welcome, Jeff. Hello, everybody. When Erin joins, hopefully she will comment for me so that I can set her as a bouncer. Welcome, everybody. I expect you all to be here at the end of the show. I'm gonna remember. Keep all comments positive. Favorite the ones on the screen, and follow their Instagram. Thank you, Thunder. Thank you so much. Guys, this is a show called In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is a show we do every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. My hair is looking real crazy today because I'm kind of sick and I did everything last minute, but that's fine. On the show, we have different topics that we cover that are related to mental health. We give you guys education, resources, and tips that you can apply on your everyday life to your self-healing journey and to make to improve your mental health. So thank you guys for joining. Erin, if you're here, could you comment? Cody, if you could record the show tonight, that would be great. Thank you, Cody. All right, well, looks like Erin might not be here yet, our guest. So let's start off with our intro that Ash Marie helped me with. She's amazing. It came out really well, I think. So shout out to Ash Marie. Ronnie is Erin. Oh. Well, that's good to know because Rennie is Erin. Okay. Good to know because I would have been like, who the heck is that? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're going to start off with our intro here. Shout out to Ash Marie for helping me out. We worked really hard on this.
To me now, you're not invincible. If you let your guard down, I'm not gonna let you fall. Hold on to me now, I'm not invincible. Drowning in self-doubt, can you pull my demons out? Somehow, the weight of you makes me strong. Hold on to me now, I'm not invincible. They're dragging me under, but I'm breathing you in and out.
Thank you guys so much for joining. This is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is a show we do every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. And today is a really, really cool episode because we're actually starting a series. So on the show, we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. And today we're starting a series called A Holistic Approach to Healing the Mind. It's 5 episodes. Today is the very first episode. We're going to be talking about the benefits of touch. So bouncers, do your job well tonight. Putting that out there. So guys, let me just give you a little rundown of what the show is about. But before I do, if you were here last week, can you hit a 1? Last week's show, we talked about success, the qualities that people have that are successful, the different tips that we gave you to become more successful, and we actually kind of correlated it to top badge journeys. So we had 2 top badges on who told us about their journey. We had Erin Kirby on, and we had Juice Baby Jojo, and then we had one up and coming top badge to tell us about their current journey and the goals they have. More Miserables, so more for top badge, hashtag more for top badge. But now we're on to a new show today. We're going to be talking about the benefits of touch. We're going to get a little specific and talk about massage therapy here. But We're talking about different types of touch, and we'll kind of get into that here shortly. So every time we do the show, we start off with the Instagram question and answer section. If you guys want to participate in this part of the question or in this part of the show, it's super cool. It gives us a chance to make the content a little personal. It's always anonymous, though. We never ever put anybody's info out there, but it's super cool to kind of see what you guys have to say, any questions you have. Our Instagram is inittogether_meet me. If anybody would like to participate, it's in my bio, and it's also probably likely to be in the comments here. After we go through our Q&A, Sammy's going to join us in the box. We're going to talk a little bit about your responses, and then we're going to dig into the benefits of physical touch. Sammy will give you some stats and facts as she does every week because that's her favorite part. We're going to touch a little bit on how COVID-19 has impacted this really important part of our lives as far as touch goes. And then we are going to talk about the benefits of massage therapy on our mental health. And then we're going to bring in our featured guest, Erin. She's a licensed massage therapist. She's actually Sammy's stepsister. Let me get it right there. Sammy's stepsister is our guest today, which is like super, super exciting. She's so knowledgeable. She's just so awesome. I'm excited for you guys to meet her. So yeah, let's get started. So the Instagram question I asked that was the open-ended was, how have you benefited from a non-romantic touch? I benefited by having positive way to start my day through morning hugs. I don't know about anyone else, but a back pat or a rub combo helps my anxiety when I'm tense. Non-romantic touch gives me comfort when you're sad and alone, and hugs are bae. Hugs are bae. Hugs are the most strongest feeling of bonds and friendships. Hugs are the best and bring comfort when needed. Hugs are so beneficial. I feel like people have been taught that when they touch you, it bonds you, but they use it to manipulate. We'll talk a little bit about this last one here. And then here's the next question was a poll question. Have you ever had professional massage therapy? So 56% of you guys said that you did have a massage therapy. So a little bit over half. Just to kind of see what we're working with here. If you've had massage therapy professionally before, hit a 1. If you never have, hit a 2. I just want to see who's in here, who might be familiar with massage therapy, who might have no idea what to even expect with massage therapy. Maybe if you're one of those guys hitting a 2, we can answer some questions for you today. Thank you for everybody for participating in the Q&A section. Like I said, in my bio is my shows and our show's Instagram. It's together_meet me. If you ever like to participate in that, it is time to have our wonderful co-host in the box, Sammy J. Make sure you guys favorite her. She is amazing. She's a live streamer outside of the show, and she goes live almost every day around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you hit her with a favorite if you ever want to hang out with her and ask her questions. Hello.
Hello. How is everybody today?
I'm feeling better a little bit. I'm still sick.
Okay, you sound a little less congested than you did earlier, so that's good.
Still a little bit. Still a little congested.
Don't mind Gabby. She's just gonna blow her nose for a second.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm isolated. Nobody can catch my whatever. So Sammy, how did you feel about some of those responses?
I thought it was really funny that they all talked about hugs. Like,
I know.
Like there's no other form of physical touch. I think there was one like back pat rub thing going on, but it was all hugs. That's very, very interesting that's the only like form of non-romantic touch that we can think of. So that's I expected some was mine, and I put hugs too. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I expected some high fives or something in there too, but yeah, we got a really huggable crowd tonight, I guess.
You guys like your hugs, and it's I could speculate on that given what some of the stuff we're gonna talk about. As far as like pressure and stuff goes, so I'll come back to that as we
absolutely. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is Sammy here in the box. She's a licensed mental health counselor. I'm Gabby. I'm a mental health advocate. And we do the show to talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. We're starting our first episode of a 5-week series called A Holistic Approach to Healing the Mind. And today we're talking about touch, non-romantic touch. And we're going to kind of talk a little bit about massage therapy specifically. So, stay tuned for that. We have Erin coming in to chat with us a little bit about massage therapy. So since we're talking about touch, what are the benefits of physical touch?
Oh my gosh, so many. I had never done a deep dive into some of these things before. So doing research for the show, I was like, there was way more than my mind was blown. Like,
Yeah.
fact after fact. I was like, really? 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 But it all makes sense. It totally makes sense. So human touch is fundamental to human communication, bonding, health, and emotional balance. It's a huge part of how we communicate, more than we ever thought was true. Touch is our primary way to show and spread compassion. You can do that some with your words, but I think it's much more meaningful when there is touch involved. When we touch other people, we release oxytocin, which is known as the cuddle hormone. It makes you feel those warm and fuzzies, right? Human touch also releases natural painkillers and decreases our stress hormones, which is the cortisol level. So all that is super interesting. We're going to dive into some more of that stuff of how it could affect other like diseases and that kind of stuff too, which is pretty interesting. From birth, that is like our first way of bonding with people, of communicating with people, right? When we're born, we don't have language. We don't understand language, but we understand touch. We can gain vibes or whatever you want to call it from touch as newborns, and that's really all we have. We have ways to like output communication as babies, but not the input is very different. So they did studies. They found that children who had less physical touch in their lives tended to be more aggressive and didn't develop to their potential. So it really does a lot for development. They also did a study with premature newborns that were given just 15 minutes of touch therapy, 15 minutes of somebody touching them 3 times a day for 5 to 10 days. Those babies gained 47% more weight than babies that did not receive that type of therapy. Which, if anybody knows anything about premature babies, that's a huge amount of weight. So
that blows my mind. That blows my mind. It almost doesn't sound like a real thing, but it is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep.
So now, again, if you guys are just joining us, it's In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. We're talking about the benefits of touch on our mental health today. Really, our whole health. It really impacts us as a whole. But just once again, we're talking about what type of touch here is beneficial. We're not talking about romantic touch, although I'm sure a lot of these play a role in romance as well. But we're talking about holding hands, hugging, cuddling, massage, high fives, fist bumps. We're talking about it all that type of physical touch gives you the benefits that Sammy mentioned. So it is a fact that more pressure that is applied in touch can actually increase those benefits even more. So we're talking kind of like massage in that aspect. So more pressure is proven that it will decrease your heart rate, your blood pressure, your respiratory rate, all of those different things that Sammy mentioned to help get us into a relaxation state. There are forms of self-touch. Yoga is a form of self-touch. So is running. And the reason why is because you're able to feel like the ground beneath your feet when you're doing yoga. You can feel the ground, things like that. So I think
I wondered why we saw hugs so much, because
Yeah.
of that. Hugging is that tight, pressurized kind of touch, right? For the most part. I mean, you get the like butt out huggers that probably aren't squeezing too tight, but generally hugs are, compared to like a high five or something, or have more pressure involved with them. So that's why people maybe get more of that from that.
Absolutely. And well, I'm sure Aaron will have something to say about like weighted blankets being a beneficial form of touch as well if you're not able to really get that type of thing. So I'll be interested to hear what she has to say about that. Guys, if you're just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. My name is Gabby. This is Sammy. She's a licensed mental health therapist, and together we do the show on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. And every week we have a new topic that we dig into where we provide you guys with education and resources that you can apply to your everyday life on your journey to self-healing. And today is the first episode of a 5-week series called A Holistic Approach to Healing the Mind. And we are talking about touch today. We just talked a little bit about the benefits of touch, the different types of touch that give you those benefits. And now it's time for Sammy's favorite part of the show, the stats and facts part of the show.
I can't even handle it. This is why I loved researching this so much, because there were so many stats. I was just like, there was so much research to go through, and it was just one mind-blowing thing after the other. So there is a lot of research done by a woman named Tiffany Field. She has done years and years of observations and different kinds of studies. She is really fascinating, and we're going to post on the Instagram. We always post our resources. So we're going to post the website that has an actual interview with her, which has a lot more stuff than what we're going to cover. We just kind of picked out the main points, but so much other interesting stuff in there. So if you guys find this fascinating, go and look at that article, because it was cool.
It was really cool.
So one of the studies she did was a study where she had two strangers. They were separated by a barrier, so they couldn't see each other, and they couldn't hear each other or anything else like that. But there was a hole where one stranger put their arm through the hole, and the other person had to try to communicate some kind of emotion just by touching their arm. They were told to express different feelings through touch. So they had, the person that was being touched had an 8% chance of just like totally guessing and getting it correct. Only 8%. What they found was that compassion was guessed correctly 60% of the time. So you have 8% just guessing and getting it right. People guessed right 60% of the time when they're expressing compassion. When they're expressing gratitude, anger, fear, and love, they were correct 50% of the time. So this is way more than 8%, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
The really, really funny part is when it comes down to the differences between the genders. So when women tried to express anger, guys, listen to this one. When they tried to express anger to the guy that was putting his arm through the hole, men guessed wrong most of the time. Men could not understand when women were trying to express anger. Reversely, when men were trying to express compassion, women didn't know what they were expressing. So that's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
We always talk about communication differences between the two genders, so it comes down even to a physical communication, not just words.
Could you imagine like trying to like tightly squeeze the life out of somebody's hand? They're like, oh, they like me.
Hey, Mikey, they like it.
Like, this sounds like a good sign. Wrong.
Yeah. So like when you say, oh, you're so cute when you're angry, like that's not good. That's not what we're trying to express. Don't do that. Oh gosh. Okay. Moving along. They did another study in the 1960s where people were observed when they went into coffee shops with friends. They did it in a bunch of different countries. They did it in the US, the UK, France, and Puerto Rico. And they were looking at how many times people touched each other during their conversation. Just, tapping on the hand, a hug, whatever, friendly stuff. So the UK did the worst. They didn't touch at all, not even once. Most of the time they did not touch. US, we did a little better. We usually touched about twice during times of enthusiasm. But then we look at places like France. They touched each other 110 times in an hour on average. 110 times.
That's pretty wild.
Somebody 110 times in an hour. It's a big difference. And Puerto Rico was 180 times in an hour. It's a lot of touching. Going on.
Yeah, that's wild.
I would like to see that compared with measures of like happiness scales.
Right. That would
like,
be interesting.
yeah, what their happiness ranks.
JT's moving to France.
Let's go. Another study they did was pregnant women who received massage. They had reduced pain and prenatal depression, so that's kind of cool. If you're pregnant, go get you some massages. They have prenatal massages. You guys can ask Erin all about that. They did another study that showed that students who received friendly or encouraging pats on the back from teachers were more likely to participate in class. They did another study with librarians where the librarian just kind of casually touched their hand when they were taking a book back. And they found that they were more likely to come back to the library when they did that versus the librarians who did not touch at all. Firm touch is also helpful for kids with autism. So, we were talking about, before about the firmer the touch, the better. Individuals that have autism usually get overstimulated and they start to do something called stemming. So firm things like bear hugs and stuff can help with the stimulation. So that's really interesting.
Absolutely.
Facts.
There it is, the stats and facts segment from yours truly, Sammy J. Guys, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. If you're just tuning in, I'm Gabby. This is Sammy. She is a mental health therapist and my co-host. Please make sure you favorite me so that you can return next week and hang out in my streams. And please favorite Sammy as well so that you can hang out in her streams. She goes live every day, almost every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys ever want to hang out, get to know her, ask her any questions. She's amazing. So guys, we're talking about touch today and how physical touch is a beneficial thing to our mental health. This is episode 1 of a 5-week series called Holistic Approach to Healing the Mind. So thank you guys for joining. We just got done talking about the benefits of touch, the different types of touch, such as holding hands, hugging, cuddling, massage, things like that can benefit our mental health. And we just got done with our stats and facts section. Now I know what everyone is probably thinking. Why are we talking about touch right now when we're in a global pandemic? We really can't go out and hug our friends and hang out with our friends and that's kind of taboo right now with the global pandemic going on. But it's kind of important to talk about. So if we're all, maybe not all of us are social distancing, but those of us who are, maybe even people, especially people who probably don't have the opportunity to use cell phones and things platforms like this, probably the older generation, are touch starved. We're getting touch starved because of this pandemic and because we're unable to kind of hang out with our family and hug our grandma, hold hands and things like that. We're getting touch starved, and that actually can hurt us. It could do all of the opposite of everything Sammy said was beneficial. So it's going to increase your stress, increase your anxiety, increase your depression, increase your cortisol levels, which induce stress. Your fight or flight mode is induced. So all of those things that come with fight or flight, the increased heart rate, the respiratory rate, the increased blood pressure, all of that can happen if you're getting touch starved. And along with the fight or flight, your muscles are tensed. It can even affect your digestive system when you're in fight or flight mode. All those things kind of come to a halt because you're kind of ready to fight or flight. And that's all from getting touch starved. And something I found on this article, which we'll put all of our references on Instagram, which is _meet me right here if anybody wants to follow us. A lack of touch for a long period of time, and it wasn't specified how long, but apparently it could potentially cause someone to get PTSD, which is really insane.
It's probably because of exactly what you just said as far as the increased fight or flight cycle. So the longer that we are in fight or flight, the more likely we are to have PTSD, because it's that constant fear state.
That is true, JT. We are social creatures, and touch is literally, like Sammy said at the beginning of the show, touch is literally what we have to communicate from the beginning, because we cannot communicate verbally, when we're babies. But and again, we are talking about how touch is beneficial. We are in a global pandemic, so a disclaimer to you guys: we're not saying to go out and get in everybody's bubble and start hugging on people and breaking your six feet social distance rules. We're not saying any of that. However, if the time, maybe if maybe if it's appropriate and you ask for consent, or maybe especially after this pandemic is over, consent is the big word. Yes, ask for
Don't say
consent,
Gabby and Sammy told me that you could hug me.
period.
Don't say it. We didn't say that. We said get consent first.
Yes, absolutely. And this is not really related to touch so much, but it's just something I found interesting. So for those of us who aren't really going out and seeing our friends, which I'm sure is most of us during this pandemic, video chatting or live streams, things like that, where you're actually like able to see who you're talking to, can be just as effective, up to 80% as effective as being in person and being able to like hug that person and things like that, which I found very interesting. So take advantage of your resources, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about what massage therapy is. And if you're just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. We do the show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing. And today is our first episode of our 5-week series, a holistic approach to healing the mind. And today we're talking about touch. So now we're going to talk about massage therapy. So what is the textbook definition of massage therapy?
Yes. So Erin helped us with this to make sure we were giving you guys the correct information.
Yes.
So massage therapy, according to the massage textbooks, is the manual manipulation of soft tissue to improve health and well-being. Yes.
Yes. And guys, we do have a licensed massage therapist on board tonight. Sammy's stepsister, actually. Her name is Erin. She's going to be joining us here in a little bit to talk to us about the benefits of massage therapy, what it is, what to expect. It's very, very interesting stuff. So I really hope you guys will hang tight for that, because there's a lot of stuff I learned that I've had massage therapy before. So very interesting stuff. If you guys have any questions for a massage therapist, stay tuned for that so you can ask her in the comments. But now we're going to talk about the 4 benefits that massage therapy has on our mental health. So I'm going to introduce the benefits, and Sammy's going to just dig into them a little bit. So the first benefit that massage therapy has on our mental health is that it can improve your relaxation skills.
Yeah. So we kind of touched on this a lot already. It's going to decrease your heart rate, your blood pressure, your breathing, your cortisol levels. Remember, cortisol are stress hormones. Anxiety, stress, just from 10 to 15 minutes of some kind of massage is enough to help you relax. Even if it's self-massage, you don't even have to go to necessarily a massage therapist.
Yes, and we might be talking with Erin about some self-massage tips that you can do at home, so stay tuned for that. The second benefit that massage therapy has on our mental health is that it can help you rest more efficiently. And we've talked about sleep in the past. So
I love me my sleep. Everybody who knows me knows Sam's not staying up for the late shows because Sam's asleep. I know the importance of sleep. So it improves our sleep patterns for those who suffer with insomnia, cerebral palsy, fibromyalgia, people that suffer from migraines, and so many other different kinds of things that affect sleep. They did a study with people who got massages for 30 minutes, 2 times a week for 5 weeks, and they had significantly decreased pain, which led to decreased sleep disturbances. Because again, if we're experiencing anybody that has physical pain knows you probably don't always sleep very well because of positioning and that kind of stuff. So it's going to help relieve pain, which is going to improve your sleep. They also said if you have a partner, 3-minute massages can provide benefits. So somebody that you care about, providing massage, that can help provide some benefit. Just for 3 minutes.
Absolutely. All right, now we're on our third benefit of massage therapy on our mental health. The third one is that it can help alleviate symptoms of chronic illnesses and diseases.
Yeah. So anybody that has a chronic illness or chronic disease can probably vouch that you have increased stress in your life. Having to think about pain and sickness and hospitalizations and all different kinds of things just naturally leads to more stress. This leads to a cycle of more stress because that leads to financial stresses, social stresses, all kinds of other things, right? So massage can help increase these people's quality of life. So an example they gave was that children with cancer who had massage had decreased side effects from their treatment. From the treatment, decreased pain, decreased anxiety, and decreased depression. Plus, the children had better psychological and physiological states to battle their illnesses. So that is just one specific population of people with chronic illnesses or disease.
Yeah, and when we talk to licensed massage therapist Erin here shortly, she might have some really interesting things to talk about in regard to chronic illnesses and things like that. So the next benefit that massage therapy has on our mental health is that it can increase overall happiness.
Yeah. Because again, like we said in the first part, right, it helps with relaxation. So it's decreasing stress, anxiety, irritability. It's increasing our serotonin and our dopamine, which are feel good chemicals. It also makes us happier in our lives, the lives around the people around us. So yeah.
And it also, just to kind of go along with overall happiness, receiving massage can cause overall happiness, but so can actually providing massage can also give you benefits.
Yeah, I thought that was fascinating that not only just from like getting a hug from somebody, but giving a hug or like giving a massage can actually improve all of these things. So they did a study with people in nursing homes that provided massage, and they were happier after they gave the massage. So that was, they did like happiness scales and found that they were happier after giving them massage.
Yeah, so guys, that was the 4 benefits that massage can have on our mental health. If you guys are just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby. This is Sammy. She is a mental health therapist. Please favorite both of us, especially hit Sammy with a favorite. Sammy with the favorite is what I almost just said. Please hit Sammy with a favorite. She goes live every day at 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Let's just end the show. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we need Erin.
We do need Erin. I need Erin to help me get relaxed. But we do the show on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. Every week we have a new topic that we cover where we provide you guys with education, resources, and tips that you can apply to your everyday life on your journey to happier living. We're going to have a guest join us in the box here shortly. Is there anything you would like to add, Sammy, before we have her join us?
I don't think so. I think we covered quite a bit. Definitely, guys, I encourage you that if you have questions, concerns about massage, Erin is super well educated, has a lot of experience. She's going to tell you all about that. So, obviously, appropriate questions, comments, all kinds of things she's going to talk about. So please feel free to ask her. And I'll be back afterwards in case you have questions for me.
Awesome. Sammy, thank you so much. We're going to lose you for a little bit. Guys, we are going to have our guest in the box. Her name is Erin. She's a licensed massage therapist. I can't wait for you to meet her. She's also Sammy's stepsister, which is so cool. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Got my plants and my massage tools and table behind me, so surrounded by my happy place.
Yes. We're being real legit today, guys. So do you go by Rennie? I was confused when I saw your name. Is that normally what you go by, or should I call you Erin?
You can call me Erin. Yeah. So I was playing around on the app and I was like, everybody has like a fun name and some emojis, so I just decided to call myself Rennie, add some sunshine, plants, and coffee.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's perfect. Well, Erin, do you mind introducing yourself to everybody?
Sure. Hey everyone, I'm Erin. I'm a licensed massage therapist and I'm Sammy J's sister.
That's awesome. So how long have you been practicing in massage therapy?
I've been a massage therapist now for 10 years. So I've been doing massage in all sorts of places, cancer centers for the beginning of my career. And then towards the end of it, well, I guess like current day, been working with athletes with sports massage in a gym setting.
Awesome. So, but was there something that like motivated you to go into this field?
Well, so when I was younger, my family members, some of them have just discomfort, and I was always able to massage them and get rid of any extra pains that they had. So from a young age, just experiencing that and being able to like help, my family members, when somebody's in pain, it's uncomfortable, they might be a little bit grumpy, they might be a little irritable, and to massage someone and get rid of that pain, they're a lot happier. So I knew that I wanted to be able to do that for other people from a young age. So I became a massage therapist when I was 20, is when I went to school for
Wow,
it.
that's awesome. That is so awesome. So you kind of mentioned that you've worked in a lot of different settings. So are there different types of massage and how are those different types beneficial to us?
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of massage. Probably the most common ones are Swedish and deep tissue. So Swedish is a relaxation massage, and then deep tissue is meant for like chronic pain or for people that chronic pain sums it up pretty much. So those are the most common. There's also like hot stone, prenatal, oncology massage, lymphatic drainage, craniosacral. Um, Probably, I was trying to think about it before I got on here, like how many types of massage there were, because originally my answer was like there's thousands and thousands of types, and I was like, is there though? Let me think about it. So I think there's probably like a couple hundred types of massage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So have you yourself actually performed each of those at least one time?
Well, so no, not all of them, but in 10 years, I would say I've probably tried like 50 different styles of massage probably. Different clients come in with different aches and pains, and I'm just curious to see what techniques are going to work better. So YouTube was like my best friend, so I would just YouTube things, or I would pull out my massage books, or I'd go to Barnes and Noble and buy a book. So I've done all different styles of massage in my career.
That's awesome. So now you work in a gym setting right now. Could you tell us a little bit about that? Like what a typical like session might look like, how it would benefit those types of people in that setting?
Sure. So, a lot of my clients, they are physically active, whether it's they're training for a 100-mile race or training just weekend warriors. So, work a full-time job, working out on the weekends, just looking for some general recovery. That's typically who I see. So, before the massage, I usually sit them down for 5 to 10 minutes. We talk about where they have aches and pains, when they feel it, what makes it worse, what makes it better. And then from there, I can kind of picture the body, kind of map out where attention might be held. And then, after an hour or 90 minutes, hopefully they stand up feeling a lot better than when they first laid down.
Absolutely. Now let's compare it to another setting you've worked in. You said you worked in a cancer center.
Yeah, for a long
So
time.
so Sammy mentioned how in our tips we talked about how the symptoms of chronic diseases and illnesses can be alleviated from massage. Could you tell us a little bit about how we were able to do that for some of those patients?
Yeah, so the 5 most common side effects of cancer or any sort of chronic disorder or disease: stress, anxiety, fatigue, depression, and pain. Massage helps with all 5 of those. There's scientific studies on that. So, stress, anxiety, depression, all 3 of those can be helped just with touch because it increases serotonin levels and decreases cortisol. So, it's increasing our happy hormone and decreasing our stress hormone. Fatigue and pain, massage can help with that because it brings blood to the area. That blood is nutrient rich and hormone rich and just, helps the area. It encourages the body to heal itself. So bringing attention to a part of the body that has pain and being gentle with it, and it changes the communication between the brain and the body to reduce pain and fatigue. So yeah.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy's not with us right at the moment. This is our guest, Erin. She's a licensed, I always am so used to saying Sammy's title. She's a licensed massage therapist. She's our guest today. She's actually Sammy's stepsister, so it's super cool to like keep the show within the family today.
Yeah.
So far, Erin's told us a little bit about how she got into her field, what she does, and the different settings that she's worked in. But just to kind of go back to the settings you've worked in. So this show, we talk a lot about mental health here. And since we're doing a holistic approach to healing the mind, would you be able to maybe give us an example or a memory you have of maybe seeing the progress that somebody has made as far as like their mental health or their motivation, things like that?
Sure. So, since we were just talking about oncology massage or working with cancer patients, I have one example that was from the very beginning, well, early-ish part of my career, within my third year. I had a client that was 18 and he was undergoing cancer treatment. He had radiation done to his hip. And with the radiation, he developed some scar tissue. So he wasn't able to put his socks on for 3 years. And after 2 massage sessions, an hour each, he was able to put his socks on. So that's a pretty extreme
Wow.
example of somebody that their quality of life, 15 to 18 years old, can't put their own socks on. And then just the ability to do that, to regain comfort, to move, just meant the world to them.
That is so crazy. Could you imagine all of the other routes that could have been taken to just try to accomplish that one goal? And you were able to help him get there, or he or she, I don't know. But you were able to help them achieve their goal with 2 sessions. That's like magic.
It was mind blowing. It blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? Like, because he's
Wow.
getting himself dressed and he's like, Mom, I can put my socks on. And I'm like, huh? Like,
Oh
tell
my
me about that.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's like miracle work you do. That's crazy.
It's like magic. Sometimes I'm just like shocked at, what my hands can find and, what they can relieve in people.
Absolutely. So I know we kind of talked a little bit about who should be getting a massage, but what types of people should be possibly looking into this type of modality?
Well, I loved that you guys talked about the 4 benefits of massage. So you had said it helps with relaxation. So anybody that's looking to relax, I would say go get a massage. Your body lays still for an hour, and sometimes we don't lay still for long at all. So, you're in a neutral position with a supported spine and your knees are supported, or when you're face down, your feet are supported. So just laying in that posture is going to help with relaxation. So anybody that's looking to relax, I wrote this down because I was like, this is really awesome. So what was the other? Trouble sleeping. So anybody that wants better sleep, try massage. Anybody that has pain or discomfort, definitely give massage a try. And then, you guys said happiness is another response from getting a massage. So anybody that wants to be happier, get some self-care in your life, book yourself a massage.
So pretty much everybody could benefit from massage.
Everybody. Well, yeah, touch. I mean, you talk about touch too, and the science behind just physical touch. And this is, touch in a professional setting. So
Absolutely. So what should let's say I've never had a massage in my life professionally. What should I look for in a massage therapist?
So there are some really good resources online for finding a massage therapist. So I would check the locator website. So American Massage Therapy Association, which is amtamassage.org. And then there's a Bodywork Association, ABMP. I would go to either of their websites and type in your zip code. You'll get hundreds of massage therapists. I would just start reading through their bios and see which person you think would fit your needs. So if you have pain, find a deep tissue or a chronic pain specialist. If you want to relax, or if you have headaches, find somebody that does a Swedish or relaxation massage. If you have headaches, find somebody that specializes in that. But just go to amtamassage.org or abmp.com. And
that's cool.
Your zip code. Yeah.
You know what? After this, I'm going to meet with you so that I can get those websites, and I'll put them on our Instagram after the show so that people can use that resource if they wish. So super cool. So kind of going off again, like maybe I've never had a massage before. Sure, maybe I found a therapist that I think I like, but I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect. It kind of makes me uncomfortable to maybe think of having to like undress. What kind of advice do you have for people who might be a little nervous for their first professional massage?
Sure, yeah. I get a lot of first timers, or I did at the beginning of my career, and there's nothing to be nervous about. If you're uncomfortable taking your clothes off, you can leave your clothes on. Massage therapists, we can do all sorts of techniques where we can work through clothing or do whatever is necessary to make you comfortable. But I would say if somebody's carrying around pain, trouble relaxing, trouble sleeping, headaches, just uncomfortable, go get a massage. Embrace the experience. We are trained to work, with you. So hopefully we can bring you some comfort. Or if you have any fears about massage, then just, gently ask the massage therapist. Like if you think it's going to hurt, then ask for lighter pressure or, whatever you need. Just, I would say, communicate it. And hopefully whoever you're with is able to, put your mind at ease.
This is actually, I wasn't going to ask this. I just kind of thought about it. So when you think of like deep tissue massage, like, is there ever any pain with that? Or if there's pain, is that like a normal thing or abnormal thing? Does bruising happen? Like, I'm just curious if anyone else is curious.
Yeah. So deep tissue massage, yes, it can absolutely cause pain. There's something called the hedonic level, which is like that hurts so good feeling. So it's like a 7 out of 10 on the pain scale. It's right on the cusp between like hurting and feeling good. But usually if somebody has pain from a tight muscle, that pressure usually feels really, really good. And if they can breathe through it, they feel a lot better after. Bruising can happen. It's most common like in through this area because it's a sensitive skin, and the inner thigh bruises sometimes. But if your massage therapist is bruising you, I might see somebody else. Like you shouldn't come out black and blue. Yeah.
That's good to know. I just figured
Yeah.
I'd ask that. I was just curious. So what if we can't go and see a massage therapist right now? Maybe we're worried because of COVID. Maybe we just financially can't go see a massage therapist every week or every couple of weeks. Do you have any tips for like at home massage that we could do and maybe you could demonstrate for us?
Yeah, totally. So self massage, basically you just grab the area that hurts, you squeeze, you rub around a little bit. What that's doing is bringing heat and blood to the area. You can stretch a little bit with it, move your arm around. And you can do that anywhere. I mean, if it's your elbow that's bothering you, work on your forearm and your bicep. If it's, your hip that's bothering you, then feel around on your hip. So self-massage, if you're, uncomfortable, just go ahead and grab that area and massage it a little bit. But I think how I can really add value here to some self-care options at home is to offer you guys some suggestions on just, kicking into that rest and restore relaxation response. So you'd mentioned weighted blankets earlier.
Yes.
So like just having pressure, a weighted blanket on your body can really reduce, feelings of anxiety, stress, depression. So weighted blankets are great. Hot baths, those are really wonderful. Just resting in a neutral position. So laying on the ground flat, like you would do at the end of a yoga class, your final resting posture, that's a really great posture to lay in. But my very favorite one that I recommend to all my clients if they are uncomfortable and can't get a session in is called static back. So I can show you guys how to do this. You'll need
If you don't
a
mind,
chair.
I'm gonna make you bigger for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
Oh, look at that. Cool. So static back, I'm gonna lay with I think you guys can hear me if I'm down here. My knees and my hips at 90 degrees. My back is flat and my palms are face up. So I would lay like this for 5 minutes to start and work my way up to 10 minutes. And that's it. You just lay with your knees and your hips at 90-ish degrees. They don't need to be like a perfect 90. You want your back totally flat on the ground. This is going to allow the muscles along your spine and your core and your hips to rest. We're using gravity here. And then with your palms face up, it just puts your upper body in anatomical position, which is a neutral position for the muscles. So they should be laying with no tension in them. And then you just lay
So-
like that and breathe. Yeah, so set a timer, 5 minutes. Don't check your phone. It's gonna feel like forever, but just lay there silently or with, some music on if you want. 5 minutes, and you can feel like I just laid down and my back cracked because I guess I'm a little nervous.
Yes.
I'm having a little tension in my
That's what we're
spine.
looking for.
But yeah, try that. Static back. It's from Egoscue method. So postures.
Oh, I'm trying that right after the show, as soon as I end my stream.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add or plug before I'm gonna allow everyone to ask any questions they might have for you, but before that I have them ask anything, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I wrote this down because I was like, I'm gonna blank on this. Oh, take care of yourselves, everybody. You only get one mind and one body. So invest in your health and take care of yourself. If you're uncomfortable in your physical body, go get a massage. If you've got some stress, depression, anxiety, go see a mental health counselor. Invest in your health, take care of yourselves.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it, Erin. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is Erin, licensed massage therapist. It's actually Sammy's stepsister, which is really cool to have her on. If you guys have any questions for Erin, please say them now or forever hold your peace. Do massages help with lumbago, lower back pain?
Yep. So I've never heard of lumbago, but yes, lower back pain, absolutely. Yes. Lower back pain, 80% of Americans have lower back pain.
Wow, that
Yeah,
stinks.
it's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
It is. It is.
What's a reasonable cost for a massage?
On average, I would say $80 to $85 an hour. You're going to get a great massage. Read about your massage therapist first, though. A lot of massage therapists are in private practice. They have their own websites. They put up their bios. Read about them. But $80 to $85, I would say, is a really good price for massage.
Is there any actual health benefit to hot stone massages, or does it just feel nice?
Yes, there are. Hot stone massage works with the lymphatic system, which is your immune system. So it's supposed to help boost your immune system, and it gives you a deeper relaxation.
How can I manage my muscle strains from carrying body armor?
So I have a couple clients that are, wearing weighted vests and things like that, and static back. When you get off, take off your weight vest, lay on the floor, let your neck muscles rest. That's a lot on the body. So just try to rest your body. That's what I would recommend. Just trying to find a neutral position where your neck and your back aren't carrying a heavy load.
Does anyone else have any questions for Erin? She's a licensed massage therapist. If anyone's just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy will be coming back in the box here in a moment. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you plan on live streaming on here?
I thought about it, but I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, maybe. Hey, that's good enough for me. If you guys haven't already favorited Erin, please hit her with the favorite. She might go live. I mean, honestly, you could probably have a show. You can probably have a show on here. I encourage everyone if they have a talent or a passion. I'm trying to make a show. It's so cool the way this app is transforming into a show creator community. It's really, really cool. There was one question I think that I missed. Is it normal to have lower back pain at 24 years old?
Well, it's pretty common. It's common. I would say it's either so pain comes from a couple things: repetitive movements, injury, poor posture. So I would ask you, are you doing the same movement that is causing your lower back pain? Are you in a posture that's causing your lower back pain, or did you injure your back to get that pain? And then from there, I would make a recommendation. But you may have tight quads or hip flexors, which can pull on your lower back. So stretch your quads. You can Google that, how to stretch your quads. See if that helps with your lower back pain.
What what to do for shin and calf massages?
That's pretty simple. You can massage your own shins and calves. Just you take your hands, and just kind of work that muscle in the front of your leg. Just kind of play the piano all the way from below the knee down to your ankle. Move your foot around like you're pushing on the gas. Terrible hip flexors. Yes, tight hip flexors are no fun. Go get a massage, get a psoas release. Find somebody that can offer that for you, and it is a euphoric experience. Getting rid of hip tension really, just opens up the body. You can take a deeper breath, you feel lighter, looser. It's really incredible.
What is your opinion about massage guns?
I'm a fan. I like massage guns. I think that they really help. If you are going to use a massage gun, just make sure whatever you're using it on is rested. So if it's on your arm, just like rest your arm, and then add a little bit of movement and try to stretch after.
What even are massage guns, Sammy asks?
Massage guns are, it's like a drill, like a construction worker would use, except on the end of it, it's got a ball, and that ball just rapidly percusses. It's percussion is the technique that they're using. Yeah, so it just kind of wakes up an area, brings blood to the area, just kind of, moves things around, gets things moving, get your brain and your body to connect and then recover.
Yeah, I actually would like to invest in one of those. I think they would be pretty cool.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, guys, if you don't have any other questions, please favorite Erin before you go. We don't know if she'll live stream on here yet, but just in case she does, make sure you head over to favorite. Erin, thank you so much for being our guest tonight. You did amazing, by the way. So thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
An awesome episode. Absolutely. Guys, favorite Erin, and Erin, if you could just exit yourself out because I always end up possibly ending my stream. Bye-bye. Guys, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. If you're just tuning in, we just had Erin, licensed massage therapist in the box, talk to us about massage. What an awesome interview. That was an awesome interview.
She killed it. She killed it.
She did kill it.
She killed it.
She did
So
kill
glad
it.
she got to do this.
Oh goodness. Well, Sammy, is there anything that you want to touch base on or anything like that before we get to the end of our little bit of the end of the show here?
No, I don't think so. I hope Erin was helpful for you guys to help you understand massage a little bit better, to maybe help with some fears. I know there's always kind of some, like, she was saying about fears about undressing and those kinds of things. So I hope that was helpful to hear that people
Absolutely.
have options if they have just general anxiety about it, or potentially even traumas around certain things, to know that massage is still something you can do. So yeah, I hope she was able to help some people with that information today. So she did
Awesome.
wonderful.
Guys, make sure you favorite Sammy. She's a licensed mental health therapist, and she is just an amazing person. She goes live almost every day. Come and join her streams at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can hang out with her. She's so cool. She's so cool. But really, like, she's
I don't
an
know
awesome.
about that set me up for failure there. I'm just kind of okay.
Oh my gosh, don't listen. None of those negative thoughts, okay? Positive affirmations. That's what we're all about here. But guys, make sure you favorite Sammy. Make sure you favorite me before you go. We do this show every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. Today was the very first episode of our 5-week series called A Holistic Approach to Healing the Mind. Today we talked about touch and its benefits, along with massage therapy specifically. Next week, we're talking about the benefits of yoga on our mental health, and we have no one else better but Artemis as our guest next week. So I saw Artemis in here, so I'm really excited to get her to talk about, I mean, that's her thing, guys. If you don't know Artemis, yoga is her thing. She even has a show where it's called Breath by Breath. I believe it's Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Am I right? 1 p.m. What? Yeah, let's rewind. Breath by Breath by Artemis is every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's tomorrow. If you guys want to, do some yoga, do some breath work, get some education on those types of things, please hit Artemis with the favorite. She'll be here next week in the box talking to us. I tried. I tried my best.
Well, it's so funny. Every time we like pick a new topic, I start like incorporating it into my like practice with my clients because it's like what's on my brain. So we started doing the yoga research, and like I think probably in 3 different notes today, at least 3 out of 7, I wrote about how I discussed using yoga as a form of mindfulness for my clients. So yeah, yoga is going to be a good topic.
Yeah, this show's beneficial to hopefully. If you guys got a takeaway from this episode, anything you've learned, any questions you might have for Sammy or I, please let me know in the comments.
Yeah, just questions about physical touch.
Our goal is to have you. I'm sorry. Our goal is to have you guys. We want you guys to leave the show feeling like you got something out of it. So I hope you guys got something out of today's episode. Disclaimer one more time: physical touch is super beneficial. Hugging your friends, high fives, massage, but please ask for consent. Don't barricade people's boundaries. Don't barricade your 6-foot social distancing that we're supposed to have during our pandemic that we're in right now. But yeah,
if anybody's confused about consent, there is a great video on YouTube called "Consent is Like Tea." Tea and consent. Tea and consent, I think, is what it's called. Please watch that if you're confused about what consent means.
Yeah. You even have a video about it.
There's a video, and it is grand. It should be played at the top of every hour at every bar. I'm just saying.
Yep. So guys, we close every
That's not how consent works.
Sam, if you don't have anything else to add, and if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to end the show with a quote. Usually we close with a tarot card, but it was pretty hard to find a tarot card that involved massage and touch. So we're going with a quote this week. So today's quote
to those tarot card writers.
And Sammy found the quote this week because I was like, I'm kind of stumped. I can't find the card. So she got a good quote for us. So the quote says, "No other forms of communication is as universally understood as touch. The compassionate touch of a hand or a reassuring hug can take away our fears, soothe our anxieties, and fill the emptiness of being lonely." And that's a quote by Randy G. Fine. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Join us next Tuesday when we talk about yoga, our second episode in the series of holistic approach to healing the mind. We'll have Artemis with us next week. We're so excited. And also, if anybody here happens to be a physical therapist or a chiropractor, we are actually doing our last 2 episodes on those 2 topics. I am a licensed physical therapist assistant. However, I've been out of work for a few years because of an injury. So I don't feel super competent as far as as much as a doctor of physical therapy could provide to the show. So if anybody here is a physical therapist or a chiropractor, please send us a message, either Sammy or I. We have an Instagram, InItTogether_meet me. It's in my bio. Somebody will probably put it in the comments. Oh, they did right here. That's our Instagram. Take a screenshot if you have to. Follow us there. And if you guys want to participate in the question and answer portion of the show we do at the beginning every week, please follow us. We usually put it on our story around the weekend. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Sammy, bye-bye. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful night, and thanks for joining us. Have a good one.